Hey, what's up guys, Lux here bringing a new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a set from the most recent wave of LEGO Minecraft from December 2020 or early 2021. This is the Bee Farm set 21165. It comes with 238 pieces and retails for $19.99 in the United States. Now this is the set I've been looking forward to the most from the images we saw online of all the new LEGO Minecraft sets, and this is a pretty good one, if I do say so myself. Obviously it comes with the Bee build, finally. And they're looking pretty good, a little small compared to the Minecraft counterpart, ironically, since, you know, the Minecraft counterparts are pretty big, but I don't see it as a downside, as well as this new skin. I believe it's a Beekeeper. I think it says above here. This is, yeah, the Beekeeper. We also get a villager here with that new Village and Pillage update print. You can see down there he has a little bit of a belt, but we'll get into deeper detail once we actually take a look at the set as a whole. This has a bunch of neat hidden features and overall great inclusions, so yeah, I'm excited to take a look at this. So without further ado, I'll see you when it's fully built. Alright guys, here it is built up in its entirety. A lot of cool little things to take a look at here, as I mentioned before, but before we do, as always, we'll first be taking a look at the minifigures. Alright, first off, we're going to be taking a look at the most exciting figure from the set, and this is the exclusive Beekeeper Skin. She obviously is reminiscent of a bumblebee, given her striped clothing and antennas on her head. She comes with a few accessories here. One's a golden shovel, another is an exclusive printed honeycomb piece. Very nice here. Very pixelated, but you know, you can tell what it is obviously if you played around a bit in the new version of Minecraft. And her last accessory here is a very exciting one, I want to say. These are the first ever Minecraft Elytras. Now, they did a pretty good job representing these. I couldn't see them really making it any other way. It's very pixelated, obviously fitting with the theme. I love the little details there. They didn't really have to add that, but it makes the Elytras there look that much better. And yeah, it's a very good skin overall. You know, obviously better than getting a typical Steve or Alex in this set. She doesn't come with any armor to obviously show off this new figure as a whole. And yeah, this was the Beekeeper. Very excited to get her. Alright, next up here we have a default villager. Now this villager is from the new Pillage and Village update. You can obviously tell because of the new printing he has down here in the torso. With the new update, they introduced this to indicate what level of trading he's at. He's at gold, which means he has a little bit of experience in trading. Obviously, he's been leveled up quite a bit. The final level would be emeralds, so that's a very neat addition to detail. And change up in the print from what we've seen originally in other sets like the Village or the Melon Farm. In the back, he doesn't have much printing at all. Really, most of these Minecraft figures don't really have printing in the back. Most of it's in the front, and yeah, it's pretty accurate. Looks good as always. The head is obviously an exclusive mode to these villagers. Very nice. Looks accurate as well. And yeah, definitely another very cool inclusion. I could have seen LEGO not adding this figure at all and this set still be pretty good, but this just definitely pushes it over the edge. A very nice inclusion. Alright, next up. Here we have a baby sheep. You can obviously tell it's a baby sheep given the smaller body. Obviously it's using the regular sheep head, and yeah, there's not much more to say about it. It's a white sheep. Obviously you can always get more to build up a farm in your Minecraft worlds, and yeah, fun little inclusion here. Nothing too big. Moving on to the last figures. Next up here, this isn't much of a figure, more of a character. This is the new bees introduced quite recently in the Minecraft and now the LEGO Minecraft. Finally they caught up. And I think this is a pretty solid build overall. I feel like his body is a little bit too lengthy, especially for the width of it. In the game you can see there are some pretty chunky bees, but here I think definitely for the LEGO version they did the best possible job they could, and it definitely came out looking great. Obviously it has an exclusive print there for the face on that tile, and the wings they use a translucent 1x2 and it works great honestly. No complaints here, and you get a lot of these guys too, so very nice to have in the set. Next up here we have a bee again. This is the exact same build. The only difference is that it uses an angry bee expression for the print on the tile to obviously replicate its angered form whenever you mess with a bee or its home. So not too much more to go over with this guy, just a different variant for the bee, and pretty good one at that. So yeah, those have been all the characters slash figures. Now to take a look at the build. So first off, let's move these minifigures that might be in the way to the side, so we can show off the build in its entirety without being covered up by anything. So we're going to start over here from the left and move to the right. If we take a look at the front here, we can see a little bit of a blue flower. It's on top of a green jumper plate, which are commonly seen in Minecraft to obviously represent grass. So that's a small little detail. If we move closer to the center here, we can see that new fire piece that was introduced in LEGO Minecraft during that Pirate Adventure set being reused here. Obviously, we've seen it been used in other sets since then as a campfire piece, and it looks like it's being used as a campfire piece again here. Obviously, since campfires themselves are quite important when it comes to beekeeping, as it calms us down when you're trying to collect honey or honeycombs. Over here to the left, we can see an oak tree, and attached to the oak tree, it actually has a beehive with a bee inside of it. It slides in and slides out very easily, very simple. So it's quite a neat little feature. Obviously, more would fit in there, but given that we never see them in game physically in there, they represent it quite well here in LEGO. And if you guys could maybe see, there's a little bit of a flower build underneath the beehive itself. It's a purple flower if you're wondering. Just something that is pretty hidden there. And this oak tree, not only does it hold a beehive, but if you actually take the top off, because that's actually a feature, it holds another bee in there. So small little feature, not something you would typically find in game, but there's a bee hidden in there. That's a little feature in this set. Moving a little bit to the right of the beehive, we actually have player built beehives. These are obviously meant to replicate not the naturally spawning ones that the bees make themselves, but the ones that players build to keep bees and transport them far easier. You can see a bee on top of it, obviously probably trying to get in. And I think they replicate here pretty well, especially with the colors being used here being pretty accurate to what you would actually see in game as well. Moving down here to this water area, you can see a little bit of a farm. To the left it's growing wheat, and to the right it's growing a variation of flowers, some roses, and a purple poly from what it looks like. Obviously it's fitting here. This is set in a flower biome, so it's where bees would be most likely flourishing, given that they are very much attracted to flowers in game. Speaking of, there's a little bit of a bee right here on top of a translucent pole to make it look like it's flying around this field. So that's a pretty nice inclusion there as well. Moving farther back, all the way to the right, we can see a birch tree, a daisy next to it, and the big feature of this set, the bee swarm build. Now, this is a very interesting mechanism, nothing too complicated, using a few Technic pieces. There's a little wheel here where you can turn it, and it can actually rotate this bee swarm 360 degrees around this little environment. And yeah, it's a pretty neat feature. Obviously, this is meant to represent if you accidentally hit a bee or take honeycomb or honey out of their nest without a campfire underneath, they will get upset with you, and this is typically a sight that you definitely want to avoid, but would in fact see if you piss off any bees. The build here is using a few translucent pieces, and they're attached to a circular one to make it look like they're attacking a swarm. Very neatly built here, something very nice, something small yet neat to be included in this set, and obviously getting the two variation of these bees. But yeah, that is pretty much it. A very nice $20 set. One of the best ones we've gotten in recent years. Highly recommend this to any LEGO Minecraft fan or Minecraft fan in general. You get a lot of cool features in the set with the Beekeeper's exclusive skin, the first instructions for a LEGO Elytra, as well as both variant of these bee builds themselves. We got a pretty neat looking honeycomb print, an updated print to the villager from the Village and Pillage update, and a cool colorful environment to bring it all together. But anyways guys, that's all I got for you. Very happy to have picked up this set. Very glad to have added to my collection. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.